here we go. Let's get rid of this guy here.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Meet the Pros. So tonight we are really excited to be welcoming Kai Hayes to our show. And just so that we can introduce ourselves, I'm Eileen Monks, and this is Ben Schmidt. Yeah. And Kai, can you give a wave so that they can see?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. So like I said, we're extremely excited because Kai has agreed to join us tonight. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Kai before we get going here. So Kai Hayes is definitely a visionary. At the age of 25, Kai broke the chains of poverty in her family. She loves to help and inspire people. And so she also loves to create some excitement. As you can see, she looks like the person who she's got excitement behind her. Well, as a former corporate executive, she was very successful, and she was in the Asian telecommunication business. She, Kai, were you actually an owner, or were you just in the business?
No, I was actually running that Asian telecommunications business with partnering with a British company.
Wow. Okay. And you're also a certified life coach and a banker, and now you're a successful network marketing professional. Like, holy moly, it's just amazing. So because of and in spite of all of the successes that you've had in your career, you realize that you weren't being paid. You weren't being paid your worth, basically. And so you locked yourself into working for someone else's dream that you really didn't want to do. And you decided it was time to be doing your thing. So time was your greatest enemy. You realized that it wasn't residual. And so searching for something better, you fell in love with network marketing. And as your first time in this industry, you created your retirement assets in just 7 years. So welcome, Kai.
Well, welcome. Thank you very much, Eileen and Ken. First of all, it's truly a blessing to have met you. Thank you, Sam Flake, for introducing these two wonderful team. I'm so honored and privileged to be here as one of your distinguished guests for your for your Be Live TV interview. So yes, let's get started, and I'm here to share with you whatever you want me to share, like about my story and things that could potentially help our viewers. And my goal here is to add value, to basically to inspire people and to motivate everybody that we can be successful in our own right if we have the will.
Sounds good. Right. Anything you want to add before we get going on this?
No. I'm just excited.
No, I'm just gonna say, Kai, why don't you talk a little bit? Why don't you give us the kind of a little bit of a lowdown of what your past is about and how you became to where you are right now?
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit and give you a little bit of information where I come from. But yes, before that, this is Kai Hayes, your Elite Pro 7 leader in LifeVantage, and I just wanted to let you know that. I'm originally from the Philippines. I'm the youngest of the 4 siblings, but I lived a life of poverty. At the age of 25, I already took the responsibility of taking care of my 2 parents, 2 grandparents, and because my other siblings took off and got married. So I had that huge responsibility. At the age of 33, I also became a single mom, only after being married for about 3 years, short 3 years, because having 3 people in the relationship got a bit crowded, so I got to get out. But the blessing of that is that I gave birth to my one and only son. His name is Nico, and he then became my inspiration in my life. So fast forward, with the blessings of the Lord, I broke the chain of poverty in the family. So I became a very successful corporate executive, and also an Asian telecommunications business owner. But you know what? The thing I didn't like about both is that, number one, as a corporate executive, I was literally building someone else's dream, right? I realized that I was not getting paid my worth. Now, I accelerated to becoming a business owner However, the only problem with that is, traveling to UK, Europe, and traveling also in Asia. Well, I was very, very successful with that. At the age of 34, life was good. Recession came. I was invincible. But again, I didn't like that, because even though I actually achieved financial freedom, I didn't have time for my son, because he was only 8 that time. So I said, there's got to be something really, really better than this one. Like, I want the true freedom. So, but fast forward, after 5 years of being a single mom, I had to make a decision to settle down. And by the blessings of the Lord, I was able to find a wonderful, wonderful husband. And so I remarried in 2003, migrated here with my son in the US, and sold my company. That's it. When I sold the company, my income stopped, you guys. So after 5 years of not going to work, I decided to work at Wells Fargo Bank because I was bored. My son became, stepped in high school. So I guess I have my freedom now. But the thing I don't like about going back to employment is that I didn't want to wake up early. I didn't want to get stuck in the traffic. I don't want to report to a boss, and let alone, I don't want anybody telling me when to take my lunch and when to take my vacation. So I said, there's got to be a better way. So one day, voila, my colleague, really uh, pestered me for about 3 times until I said, yes, I'm going to watch this ABC investigative report. And then, whoa, thank God I did. Thank God I did. And thank God he followed up. And after that, the rest was history. I actually did this part time. I committed part time, but serious part time. The reason why I had to be serious, because I wanted to know whether this business model is going to work for me or not. It's my first time in network marketing, and sad to say, I looked down at network marketing. I thought it's not a real job. I thought it's not for it's only good for people who can't find a job. So sorry, but I was ignorant. So I didn't take the time before to really find out that network marketing is a real business. And so after 11 months of doing this part time, I saw the money coming in. I fired my boss. I quit my job forever. And after that, life was good. I created my residual assets, and I am now so happy, and I'm building it nonstop. And because I wanted to retire my husband this time. Now, two valuable things that I want to share with everybody. The reason why I encourage everyone to take a look at network marketing business model is that, our company was able to allow me to stay with Greg, my husband, on his side during adversities and afflictions in our lives. So he actually was diagnosed with a stage 3 cancer. And, there was no treatment during that time. And we just need to do what we need to do. But you know what? If I was working with Wells Fargo Bank, I probably wouldn't have the time to be with him. And we were also getting paid every single month. So that's the beauty of network marketing. Not only that I was able to stay by his side during his battle with cancer, I was also getting paid every single month, even if I didn't go to work, right? And the second part that I love about this is truly just trying to dig the well before you get thirsty. Because after 6 months, while fighting for his life, while Greg is fighting for his life, guess what? His corporate, the company that he's working for 20 years, laid him off. So
Wow.
do you think that the corporate that we are working for 60 hours a week cares about us? If they don't need Greg anymore, so they just called him and say, guess what, Greg, 20 years of service, thank you, this is your 2-month severance pay, we're letting you go, goodbye.
Oh my
How
gosh.
cruel that is. How cruel
That, like, I've got goosebumps just hearing that. That's awful. That's absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's
Right.
crazy.
That's why I'm very passionate about building my business. It's because this is a powerful business model. Yes, very powerful.
Absolutely. And I have to ask you this. I mean, you've been with the company now for a while. How long did it take you to get your first sign up? Like, how long did it take you to really get going with things? You said 11 months, but how long was the first sign up?
The first sign up was just in 2 weeks. I went to work in 2 weeks. Yeah, the first few signups was really really quick. Actually, in 45 days, I doubled my investment because I was just so excited about this. And I was calling my friends. Like an example would be, hey, Maria, she's my best gal. So, what are you doing today? She goes, nothing. I'm here at home. Yes. Can I go there? I just, what? What's wrong? Well, you know what? I might have found something that we can do together. We go for lunch together. We laugh together. We cry together. But this time, I think you ought to watch this. You ought to see what I saw. So you know what? She said yes because of my excitement. And guess what? When I went to her house, her husband was there, excited too. Then, she signed up. Yeah. So 45 days, I doubled my investment. And, I was with my sponsor all the time whenever I go and see people. So excitement truly helps.
For
Absolutely. Yeah.
sure.
So obviously, it took you a little bit of time in order to get things rolling. What was the biggest breakthrough you had? What was the thing that sort of really started the momentum so that you could become that Pro 7? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, 45 days doubling your investment, that's great. But as you're increasing volume, there's a lot of volume that's going through your business. So what was something that was a big breakthrough, either in finding leads or just getting your business moving?
Yeah, before I tell you about that biggest breakthrough, let me tell you a little bit about, after that 45 days, you know what? I achieved Pro 3 in less than 6 months. However, sadly, my sponsor left.
Oh,
So
Oh,
that was a little bit hard for me because I needed third party validation every time I go see my prospect. I needed that third party validation for me to listen to what he has to do or to say. So but he left. He joined other network marketing company, and I was left alone. And it's so hard to reach out to some other uplines because they're also building their team, right? So you're only at the mercy of the other leaders. Now, did I quit? Did I decide to quit? No. What I did was I followed the system. I followed the system. I said it doesn't matter whether he quit. The system is paved, and we just have to follow it. So I actually started to go to the events, and that events actually helped me, gain traction in my business in a way that I would go there so early. I would, just stand up in the VIP section where people Pro Sevens during that time. The highest rank was Pro 7, and I would stand up there and then wait for the leaders to come into their seats, and then I would shake my hands with them, and then I would tell them, hey, you know what, unfortunately I'm a Pro 3, or I was a Pro 4 that time, and I said I was an orphan. My sponsor left me, and so I said I want to reach out to you. Would you even try to, can you be my guest in my Zoom training and help train my people, because I still don't know how to train my people at Pro 4. Maybe I do, but not very, very well. I'm still
yeah,
like blindfolded. So I
yeah.
said reaching out. That's why I was telling you a while ago that reaching out is so significant for people to
Hmm.
build their business or whatever they're doing. Reaching out is, we can't do it alone. Uh, we have to have a team of people that helps us. But of course, I was at the mercy of these elites. So what I did was introduce myself to many elites that align with my core values. I did not just introduce myself to all elites. I have to pick and choose them that sort of like, align with my core value, people that I respect, people that can walk the talk. Then I connected myself with them. And that was one of my biggest breakthrough because you know what? I learned from them. When they're conducting Zoom to my people, I take notes. And then afterwards, when I was a Pro 5, I conducted my own Zoom training. And you know what? It started to have like really the money is coming in. And I said, oh, this is really cool. And when I reached Pro 7, that was my biggest breakthrough. The Pro 7 was my biggest breakthrough. The reason being is that when you reach Pro 7, it's just simply going to have a mind of its own. It's like you're just increasing the volume of your team, the volume of your sales, rather, um, with just, you know, truly not truly working with everybody, by just really working with your team leaders. And then I also make sure that I still was enrolling. I was still in the recruiting mode. I never stopped because I wanted to show my team that each time they see me at the Elite Academy, I always have 3 to 4, 5 new members. They see that. So guys never stop enrolling. Why would I stop enrolling? So that's what it's all about.
That is,
That's pretty
yeah.
awesome. One thing I really think that's really cool about that is that you guys are accessible. You know, I'm down here sort of on the bottom rungs, and you're way up there in comparison, and very accessible. And I think that's so cool in a model like this, where it is usually very complicated to get anybody more than two levels away from you.
Absolutely.
Well, I like that.
Absolutely. And you see, but along that line, I don't want to make it just make it uh, want to make people think that it's just as easy as that. Well, in that
Yeah.
particular journey that I have going to Pro 7 and now almost a Pro 8, there's a lot of challenges in between. So I want to let the audience know that, there's always sacrifice behind it. Are you willing to sacrifice, or what are you willing to sacrifice in order for you to reach your goal, whether it's a Pro 5, a Pro 6, a Pro 7, or a Pro 10? Because truly success can never be achieved without failing. I failed, in when I was a Pro 4. I felt like I failed because one of my leg just suddenly disappeared. And I know for a fact that the training tells me that don't even worry about it. But as a human being, it's so painful. It's so painful. I told my husband, Greg, I can't do this. I'm quitting. But you know what? It's always good to have an accountability partner or a supporter. And my husband is my greatest supporter. He believes in me and he told me, no, I believe in you. You can do this. It's just a matter of, it's a part of the system. They already told you to anticipate that because it will happen. Not all people will see the same thing, the same vision as you have. So, you know what? After that, I run with it again, like I was a Pro 1. And then, you know what? I reached the Pro 5. And then again, that was like exciting because they sent me to Pro 5 Summit for the leadership training. And you know what? I embraced LifeVantage fully, full on 100% until I went to Pro 6. And then Pro 6 got stuck again. It was a nightmare. But you still need to continue on. It's really perseverance. And you've got to really commit and never miss an event, and no excuses. You've got to take that two words in the vocabularies: excuses and adversities. If people, life happens, and we face adversities every single day, but
Mhm.
I treat adversities as a trial, but I treat this positively in a way that I believe that we can all go through these adversities and we can overcome it if we have that courage and strength to face it.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, because we're kind of getting close to time. What do you love most about MLMs? What do you love most about network marketing?
The first thing that I love about network marketing is that it's residual. Where in the world you can find a residual income, and we get paid 5 ways. That's the realization that actually took me to really commit in this business model. 5 ways to get paid, which I never had when I used to run my Asian telecommunications company. And residual, it is sellable, it is willable, it is um, transferable. So the effort that I exerted from the very beginning is never going to go to waste, unlike our traditional jobs and traditional businesses. Once we
That's right.
quit, there you go. Everything stop. It's
That
magical.
is, yeah, that's really cool. That was definitely something that I caught my attention. And Ken and I have talked about that a bit. Okay. And I already know some of the ways it's affected your life, and you've told us some of the ways. What do you consider to be something that, like, how has it affected your life the most? What would you say would be the most or the biggest
Yeah.
impact that it's had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that impacted my life in this is because right now I never need to worry about having to find a job. uh it's the security of it all. It's like unbelievable. And now all I worry about is to help other people build their create their residual assets as the same way as I did. And so it gave me true freedom. The freedom that I believe I could not have gotten if I'm still with Wells Fargo Bank, working every day, every single day. So I want to tell everybody to be patient, because that's what's one of my successes in business, in network marketing business. You have to be patient with yourself, because you need to allow yourself to transition to becoming a professional, to sharpen that skill until you master it. Okay? Be patient with the people that you work with your team, with the people that you prospect, because not everybody sees what you see. Okay? And then be patient with your business. It's going to be up and down, but you have to continue to recruit, because at the end of the day, network marketing is a numbers game.
Right.
That's right.
And you can't be affected when somebody says no. You can't take it personally. It's just like when somebody offers you a piece of gum. You may or may not take it. Or if you're at a restaurant, they might say, do you want gravy with your fries or whatever. So you have to learn to have that extra tough skin and not take things too personally when they say no.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's very hard, especially for our families, for our friends, warm market. But truly, we can discipline ourselves to detach ourselves from their decision. They're literally not rejecting you, but they're rejecting the idea. They have not even seen it. So, in fact, treat of it as they're missing it. It's their loss and not ours, because we are in this. We are participating in that miracle process, and this is going to be the next buzzword. Word. Sorry.
No. Okay. What's your favorite product out of all of this? I'm curious.
What was that? Sorry.
What's your favorite product out of all of LifeVantage's products? What's your favorite?
Vitality Stacks and Axio. Vitality Stacks and Axio, plus the true anti-aging true science. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm
It's just incredible.
I'm not gonna lie. I do the Vitality Stack as well, and I've got the skincare line. And I've had more people say to me in this last 3 months, "Wow, you look great. What have you done to your skin?" And I'm using this product, and if you want to know more, I'll tell you more about it. But I mean, I do a picture every year at my aunt's place, and I just did the picture a couple of days ago, and I noticed the difference from 2 years ago, last year, and then this year. And
Wow.
I do look younger. And it's funny
That's
because I'm like,
incredible. I believe you. I believe you, because our
yeah,
product doesn't lie. It's backed by science. So
absolutely.
it's incredible. I believe you. And
Exactly.
I love our Vitality Stacks and the Axio. It's a part of my life right now, my daily regimen.
Absolutely. Well, Kai,
Just
you have been extremely inspiring to myself. And I'm sure the audience is going to
for sure me.
think the same thing. Absolutely. Ken,
Thank
what else would you like to say before we start wrapping this up?
Let's wrap this up. What would be your number one tip to somebody who's just starting?
Don't miss an event. Don't miss an event, because those events um, actually help me to sharpen my skills. And truly helped me in mastering it right now. I'm taking up the master's degree now with LifeVantage. So and continue to talk to people. Our mouth is our store. If our mouth is shut, our store is shut. So keep our
That's
mouth
right.
open and share our incredible, remarkable journey that is life changing.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much, Kai.
Aw, I
Would,
had
would you
fun.
would you be willing to do this again with us?
Anytime, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
I love that answer.
This is exciting. Yeah.
That's lovely. So thank you very, very much. I cannot tell you how much that I personally appreciate you coming on our show and talking about your journey and how LifeVantage or network marketing has changed your life, and how, you know, just some of the struggles that you've endured and some of the successes. So thank you so very much for doing this with us.
Yes, thank you
And
so much.
I'll see you
Appreciate it.
guys at the top. Promise?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna work
Thank
my
you.
butt off. Ken,
Yes, thank you
I'm
very
gonna
much,
let you
Ken, Eileen. We're gonna see you in global. Okay.
Ken, I'm
This
gonna
is
let
fun.
you wrap this up.
Yes.
Okay, Kai.
Thank you.
Thank you so much again, and we'll catch you again soon.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
My pleasure. Love
Take
you
care.
guys. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.